What's up, everybody? It's your boy Fenksta. We're back with another episode of DORA Beats. Last time we did Ogledalo. This time we're doing Extra. It's arguably the song I'm most known for. It's arguably my most successful song, and also probably the best beat that I ever did. So let's jump right into it. The way it started was from this Facebook group called Art of Sampling. And the whole point of the group was to get samples, flip them, and then you know post it here so that people see which sample you've used. It's all about the love for sampling. Back in the day, they used to have weekly beat battles, which then shifted into monthly beat battles, and I participated for a long time. I mean, you can see, the group is paused. So let me bring you to the very thread where all of it started. As you can see, it's December 21st. And you know it's week 51. Here is my submission. It's still on SoundCloud. I won't open it because it autoplays, but the whole point was, here, use the sample, blah blah blah. We download it, we flip it, we have like a week. So the artist in this case is a group called the New Hope Singers with the song God of All of Us. Let me show you who else sampled it first. There we go. God of All of Us. There we go. So as you can see, J. Cole sampled it back in the day, and I'm credited here because I put it here myself. So yeah, before we get into it, let me then show you what my track sounds like. Uh, just so you have, a reference point.
Ja sam ekstra, ekstrovertan, vama možda blesav. Ekstra sretan, ništa drugo ne znam. Ekstravagantan, napravite mjesta. Za neke stvari nikad nisi prestar.
So yeah, that's extra. And obviously it starts with the intro. So first I got this intro. So yeah, as you can see, it's two different patterns. They play a variation of that intro, and it's, just slow down a little bit, but the pitch is the same. So as you can see, and I made myself a note of everything so that I know where I got it from. So the intro starts at 4:58. So just so you hear the original. Yeah, and that's it. I put it in mono, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I put it in mono and then just layered it with this part. As you can see, it plays throughout the whole song, and neither the intro sample or the intro drums, you can hear they're slightly offbeat, which is perfect because they fit on the 4/4. It's fine. And the whole project is a 92 BPM, which is stereotypical for like old school. And then we have the drop, which you can see is two different samples. So what I did is I extracted two drops. So one starts right away at 16 seconds, which is this. And the other one is at 2:33, which is here. As you can hear, they're different kind of trumpets. So what I did is I took both and I layered it because it's makes the sound so much fuller. And I panned one left, one right. I don't remember which one is which, but here's one. And then here's the other one. And then together, it's such a fuller sound. And then again, I layered it with bass. And as some of you may want to know, yes, it's a stock plugin. So again, Boo Bass, fairly simple. Nowadays, I would probably use different kinds of basses, but this was back in 2015 when I didn't have different plugins. And the bass is fairly simple. Hold on. And it still sounds more like a guitar. Even though it's a plugin, it still has this guitar bass feel to it. And then all together, nope. And then, of course, with the drums, well, the drum sample. So yeah, that's the drop. And now the drums specifically. Hold on. There we go. And that's it. 5 sounds. So as you can see, because I wanted it to make it super, super old school, everything is from the SP1200 kit. So we have one kick, which is this, another kick, then one snare, one hi-hat, and another hi-hat. That's more of a tambourine. So yeah, hi-hat and tambourine. If we play it together, it's and then just the drums by themselves, it's this. So yeah, and then once the drop fades, because initially, I made the beats for the contest and then I used it in different contests. So the whole point is just to show off drops and little moments here and there. As you can see, there's a gap here on purpose, just to kind of switch it up. And then this part is just, to transition into the next part, combined with bass. And then we go into the verse. So the verse is essentially the end of a melody in the original. So let me show you. So verse trumpet 106. There we go. So we go to 106 and you can hear. And that's it. That's the end of the phrase. So I took the end of that phrase and just did this. That's it. That's all I got. And then throughout the verse, it just repeats. And I layered it with bass just to have some bass on it, but it's super, super, super silent. So it's this. Like you can barely hear it, if even. But I put it there just to have it. So together. It's to fill out the frequency so there is some bass, not just in the kick drums. And then that's the first half of the verse. The second half of the verse is the organ. So let me show you the organ in the original, which starts at 111. So it's right there. Yeah, and then I cut it different ways. So first of all, you have this part, and that's all it is. So let me show you. So that's all the sound is. Second sound is this. And then third sound is this. So for this part, as you can see, it triggers multiple times, so it's supposed to be. So yeah, that's exactly what I did, DJ Premiere style. And it goes a little something like this. Yeah, and that's essentially what the verse is. As you can see, there is no bass here because I wanted it to be empty on purpose. And then we go into the chorus. Now, the chorus is the same elements as the initial drop, except with additional vocals. And again, as you can see, sample end 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. So just two parts that repeat, and it's from the very end of the song. So it starts at 5:42, and it's just, and that's all it is. I mean, I didn't modify it anyway. And then if I just play this with the drums, but if I just play the samples in this, and then all together. Yeah, and that's it for the chorus. After the chorus, we have the drop repeating. We're back to the second verse, which I just left a little bit, I just left empty. I don't remember what I initially wanted, but essentially I have two verses that are 16 bars each. The chorus is 8 bars. We have the drop and the post chorus, which is also 8 bars. And then right from the last chorus, it goes into the end of the song. There we go. Because for Eurovision, it has to be 3 minutes and it ends at 3 minutes. And then the only difference is I have another sample at the end, which signifies the end of the song. Because without it, the song would be just this. Cool little fade out from the kick, but yeah. And last but not least, it's the vocals. I mean, again, recorded by at Mazzola Studio, and he did the mix and the mastering for everything. So yeah.
Samo jedan, ja sam ekstra, ekstrovertan, vama možda blesav, ekstra sretan, ništa drugo ne znam, ekstravagantan, napravite mjesta, za neke stvari nikad nisi prestar.
And then the backings.
Ekstra, ekstrovertan, vama možda blesav, ekstra sretan, ništa drugo ne znam, ekstravagantan, napravite mjesta, napravi mjesta, nikad nisi prestar.
Yeah, I made some harmonies with it and then together.
Jedan, ja sam ekstra, ekstrovertan, vama možda blesav, ekstra sretan, ništa drugo ne znam, ekstravagantan, napravite mjesta, za neke stvari nikad nisi prestar. Ekstra, ekstrovertan, vama možda blesav, ekstra sretan, ništa drugo ne znam, ekstravagantan, napravite mjesta, za neke stvari nikad nisi prestar.
And that's it for Extra, so tune in next time for Memento Mori. Peace out.